Well, today I'm just really tired of these companies doing us consumers wrong. We as consumers should have some sort of recourse. Say like you have a phone bill, cable bill, utility bill, and your bill is late. They tack on late charges, interest, all of that. But when they screw up, you got nothing. If they don't have your stuff gets messed up, you get nothing back. If they can't, I order. I was on the phone. I ordered a phone for my daughter through AT&T, and on a Wednesday, the next following Wednesday, I still hadn't received the phone, so I called them back on Monday. They don't even know where the phone is because I gave them the correct address. They gave the wrong address down. Then I called them back on Tuesday. The phone's been returned. Called them back on Wednesday. They're sending the phone back out. Thursday, I'm still waiting. Friday, no phone. It's supposed to be overnighted to me now. I was supposed to got an overnight phone. No. Saturday, no phone. Monday, phone finally arrives on Monday. That was a whole week later. Over a whole week later. So then it begins. I'm trying to cancel the service that was on the phone because the phone was a smartphone. The new phone I have is not a smartphone. So they won't let me cancel it. They telling me that I had to wait to get the phone. So when I finally get the phone, they're telling me I can't cancel it because they need information off the phone. Now I spoke to a supervisor. This is not a regular customer service person because I wanted to cut through the middleman and go straight to someone who can handle the business. So I started to speak to a supervisor. Supervisor got on the phone, started asking me a series of questions. I had to go through the whole story again about what happened. Then she says, well, what phone do you have? I said, I don't have the phone. My daughter has the phone. I said, it's a phone. I just purchased it. It should be on my records. Um, well, we can't disconnect this service because we don't know what kind of phone you have. I said, well, it should be whatever phone I have on here. She says, well, right now you have a smartphone that's on your file, but you have a regular phone that's in service. I said, well, you already know that. Then why are you asking me these questions, playing these games with me? I was highly upset because she's playing games with me. She gave me the information. She told me what phone it was, what type of phone it was, and I'm like, well, if you already have this information, why are you asking me? All you have to do is ask me, is this the exact phone that you purchased recently? And I would have said yes. But instead, she played games with me, which pissed me off. I'm like, this is ridiculous. See? And there's no recourse for stupidity. Me as a consumer, I should have some sort of recourse. Right now, there's a company holding my money for ransom because they claim it's a hospital. They claim that I owe them money. I actually don't owe them money. My insurance company, when you go to get service, your insurance company is always behind on your service. So you go to the doctor, they bill the insurance company, the insurance company pays, and then if you owe any money, they bill you, or they'll tell you what your copay is. Well, this is not the situation. I didn't owe a copay. They charged me a copay because they're incompetent. And so then this copay they've had since September of 2011. It is now March of 2012. They still have my copay. And they said they're not giving it back because I am currently under a doctor's care for my allergies. So I'm going to consistently have a bill because I go in and get allergy shots, 3 shots a week. So every week I'm going to have a new bill. And they said, well, because I continuously have a bill, they're not going to give me my money until my account goes to zero. My account's not ever going to go to zero. I go every week and get 3 shots in both my arms a week. A week. I told her, I said, my account's never going to go to zero. You're going to charge me every week for these shots. It's never going to zero. And they said they're not going to give me back my money. Not going to give it back till my account goes to zero. But I have no recourse, and I have nothing that I can do. They hold on to my cash. Just like these phone companies, just like these cable companies, there's no recourse for them giving you bad customer service. All you get is a, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I'm sorry. But let you do something to them, not pay your bill on time, your stuff is cut off. You don't give them their money, they send you to collections right away. I can't send you to collections to get my money, but I wish I could, because I surely have them calling you every day to get my money back. I think we should try to get a bill through Congress where companies aren't doing what they're supposed to do. We should have some recourse against them. I bet they'll get them on their jobs a lot better. I understand people sometimes they're having hard times and okay, sometimes your bill is late, a couple of days or whatever. But if they see that you are going through a couple of days late, a couple of days, I can understand. But they've had my money since for 6 months. 6 months. I have not received my money back in 6 months. Not a single quarter. And they won't give it back. And I'm going through the same thing these cable companies and these phone companies, although AT&T did try to make it right with me by giving me a $25 credit, which I appreciate. But it was just a whole week and a half that I had to go through all the stresses in which I shouldn't have to go through. This is ridiculous. There should be some sort of freaking thing that stops this madness. Stop hiring incompetent people. Hire competent people. People that don't get on people's nerves. I told the lady, when I spoke to her, I said, look, can I just do this stuff online so I don't even have to talk to you guys. That way I can do my own thing and not have to cuss you out. That's exactly what I told her. Because I don't want to have to cuss you out. I don't want to get frustrated and cuss you out. So can I just take care of this online? She says, no, we have to do it here. See, apparently you want to cuss out. And I'm not trying to do it. But apparently you want to cuss out. And you found the right sister to do it. And I'm trying not to. They're trying to steal my place in heaven. And I'm trying to hold on to it. The devil is active. He is active. He's at the cable company and the phone company and the water company. He is at their place. Because at my water company too, I had to get on the... I'm using the same utilities I use every freaking day. I don't cut the heat on. I didn't cut the circuit breaker to the dishwasher. Circuit breaker is off to the furnace. We don't even turn the heat on. Nothing in my apartment. Why the dang on GRU told me they sent me a $150 bill and I'm using the same utilities I've always used. It hasn't even been cold in Florida. It hasn't even been cold enough to turn the heat on. I haven't been cold. And so I haven't even had to do any of that. It's warm in my apartment. It's so warm. And they're around here telling me that I use X amount of energy. And that was last month, 150. This month is 130. And probably in April, it's going to go down to probably about 80 or whatever like it usually is. Every year, they jack my price up. They jack it up and say, oh, you use X amount. I said, I don't even turn this stuff on. I don't have the dishwasher. The circuit breaker's off. So how you going to tell me I'm using more energy? I'm using the same thing I always use. But they told me I'm using more energy, and I know that I'm not. I use the same thing I use every day. My daughter and I are not even home most of the day. We're not here most of the time. She's here. She leaves. She leaves in the morning, and then I leave a little later in the afternoon. But I don't even turn on any utilities. I stay in my room, and then a few hours later she comes back home, and then I'm gone. So what are we using? We do the same thing every day, same routine. They told me that I'm using a lot of utilities, same routine every day. But Mom, I'm burning up all these utilities. So now my bill is going down slowly but surely. So I think there's some kind of they're in cahoots with the man who reads the meter. I think he does that just so they can tack on more to your bill. I think it's a scheme. It's a scam. It's a scam. I'm gonna start watching them more closely though. I suggest everyone do that. When find out what day your man comes out to read your meter, and write those numbers down. The day he's supposed to get there in the morning, go out there and write those numbers down because he's coming. Write those numbers down and check it against your bill. See if he wrote the right numbers down. Because I've had a co-worker who had been charged over $100 on her bill that she didn't even owe because the guy read her meter wrong. He was out here just tacking on stuff to her meter and saying he read these numbers and it wasn't even right. He read them wrong. So I'm thinking they're up to that. So check your meter. They're scamming. Some sort of recourse should have been done. All they did was they gave her back her money. That was all. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to be able to do something to you like you would do to me. Turn your utilities off, or come down there and shut your doors and do something to you. Something. I should be able to do something to you to make you upset. Besides getting this, I'm sorry. That's some bull. I don't want that. People who are doing what's right and taking care of their stuff gets all this other nonsense. I'm tired of that. Recourse. I want recourse. I'm tired of it. Recourse.